Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I hope that everybody's doing well and swell. Let me go ahead and say hello to y'all. Good morning, Lurker member. Okay, you'll be here for the replay. Okay. Y'all see you said that you tired. Get you some rest, girl. I have to give me some rest. What's good, Barbar? Good morning. Good morning, Tuddy member. Good morning, everybody. Y'all, I ain't seen Tuddy up in here in a minute. That's why I'm happy to see her. I had got excited. I went on ahead and came to y'all. I was trying to catch up on the last few things that I might have missed overnight. Don't seem like I missed a whole lot overnight, but either way, I'm going to come to y'all with what I have. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning to everybody. Thank you so much for contributing to my goal, Lurker. I appreciate you. Thank you. Y'all, it's several different things that I do want to discuss with y'all. And it's crazy because I found out some more information as I was getting ready to start this live. But I said, no, before I try to add something else to today's show, I might just have to save it for Friday morning. Because I found out there was some new information about the Carmelo case. And I wanted to delve into that, but I think I got enough stuff to talk about for this show this morning, and I don't want to have to rush through everything. So that's why I was like, well, let me save this Carmelo stuff so that I can make sure I get all my facts in order and then bring all of that to y'all on Friday morning. So that's my plans. But yes, I hope that everybody slept well, and I hope that y'all have a great day today. This morning, this morning's live is brought to you by Iced Coffee. But I also have my lemon water here too. I think it's doing me justice to be drinking this lemon water. Now it's lemon juice concentrate, but I think it's doing justice because when I woke up this morning, I could kind of tell that like my sinuses were trying to open up and stuff. So I think it's doing what it's supposed to do. Now Triple did recommend a zinc lozenge to me, a zinc lodging, and I've never had this particular one before, but he told me about it when I first was starting to kind of feel a little bit under the weather. So I ordered some of that off Amazon because you can't find it everywhere. The particular brand that he recommended can't be found everywhere. That was actually supposed to be in yesterday, but then Amazon sent me a message saying that the package was delayed. I'm like, let me find out. I end up ridding myself of this summer cold before I even get the zinc lozenge. But I just went on ahead and ordered it for me to have it here for future reference. Good morning, Black Pearl. Good morning to everybody. Y'all. So anyway, let me go ahead and get to the everyday news of things. Um, okay, on the daily scale, like the everyday news that you need. Of course, there is a trending story in the headlines right now. But y'all, the story that's trending in the headlines right now, actually, it felt like deja vu to me because it took me right back to a story that recently happened about 6 years ago. Very similar. Um, and 6 years ago, when it was underway, I spoke about it briefly in my shows on my main channel. But I was really hesitant to speak a whole lot about it because at that time the story was unfolding. But I think that today is a good day to go ahead and put both of those stories out here in the forefront. Good morning, Miss Douglas. So I'm sure all of y'all have heard about Nolan Xavier Wells and what happened with him over in good old Mississippi for the July 4th holiday. As y'all know, Mississippi is my home state. Um, we are very big on celebrating holidays there, but specifically, like the July 4th holiday was a big deal when I was living there. And it's been something that we would celebrate all the time. And my family specifically, we would always go to the beaches. We would go down to the Gulf of Mexico and go to the beaches to celebrate the holiday for July 4th. And essentially, what has happened is a 18-year-old boy, young man named Nolan Xavier Wells came up missing on the July 4th holiday. They've been investigating it currently, and showed pictures of him being out on Horn Island with some of his friends. In the picture that I saw, all of his friends were white. He was the only black person, the only black friend there. He went out here to this island with these white people and they all made it home, but he did not. There was a search party, a search effort happening to find him or locate him, and he was eventually located. His body was. And I know a lot of people are hey Fates. I know a lot of people are shocked by, that happening. But y'all, that mess is so notorious in Mississippi. It's unreal. And I wanted to give y'all just what I meant when I was telling y'all about how it just feels like a sense of deja vu, reading up on that story. Because I'm trying to get my Google facts here really quickly, and y'all will just know how close to home that story that's unfolding is, to me, and specifically where I'm from. So let me share my screen. All righty. So as y'all could see here, I told y'all deja vu because Picayune is my hometown. That's where I'm from, born and raised. And this same thing happened in 2020, y'all. I kid y'all not. And that's why I'm like, dang, it done happen again to another black man. Because in 2020, in my hometown, Willie Chill Jones, he went missing on 4th of July weekend too. It's bizarre. But I'm gonna read to y'all this here, as it relates to Chill. And yes, I knew Chill in real life. I knew him off of this application, but specifically, Chill's mama was really, really good friends with some of my older cousins. So that's how come I knew of them. I didn't know of him personally because he was a few years younger than I was, but I knew of him through his mama. Like I just remember him being a little baby and stuff, and because his mama was friends with my older cousins, that's how come I became acquainted with this family. But either way, this right here says the Picayune man associated with the 4th of July weekend um in 2020 is Willie Chill Jones. Though his family reported him missing on July 6th, 2020, it was determined that the 28-year-old was murdered in his car by acquaintances in Pearl River County during the early hours of that weekend. Same old script, just a different black man, y'all. It blew my mind. The tragic case evolved rapidly through multiple investigations and arrests. Sorry, that was my alarm. The tragic case evolved rapidly through multiple investigations and arrests. The incident, investigators discovered that Jones was shot in the back seat of a car driven by Dustin Gray on Caesar Road in Pearl River County. Dustin's brother, Austin Brookshire, was identified as the shooter. Y'all, ain't it funny how in the Carmelo case we was dealing with another Austin? But Carmelo ended up getting the upper hand. But even this that happened in my hometown in 2020, y'all, these two brothers was Dustin and Austin. What is it about these damn Austins now? But anyway, it says the investigation. Because his body was initially hidden, the case began as a missing person investigation. The search led to Hancock County, where Jones's body was recovered in the woods off Texas Flats Road in mid-July. The sentences. Both individuals responsible for the murder and cover up faced convictions. In May 2023, Austin Brookshire was found guilty of first degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. In October 2023, Dustin Gray was also convicted and sentenced to life without the possibility of parole for his role in the death. So two brothers were involved in the death of Chill, y'all. And it took about 3 years, but they finally got him and convicted them and got justice for Chill. But again, it's such a very similar story. It's almost like you don't even want to send your black boys or your black children out for the damn July 4th holiday because you just don't know who they should be able to trust. Because Chill knew these boys. He went to high school with them. He thought they was his friends. And y'all, as this story unfolded back in 2020, it was like such it was so much corruption that came about in my hometown after this happened with Chill, as far as the parents of these boys trying to cover up evidence in order to save their sons. It was wild. But I did find a couple of other articles that I'll go ahead and share into the mix with y'all here, just so that y'all could see who Chill was before I go into Nolan. So let me share this screen. All right. So if this screen is being shared, y'all should be able to see Chill is right here. That's Willie Chill Jones. And yes, so in 2020, when he was murdered, he was 28 years old. And it was a lot of corruption with his family members trying to cover up some things. I think one of the daddies was an attorney, a local attorney that was helping within the corruption. So I just wanted to give y'all this picture of Chill, and also I wanted to show y'all one other article too, so that y'all could see the picture of the assailants as well. Let's see. One moment, y'all. Okay. So it looked like my computer was trying to stall slightly, but I was able to pull up this other article here. So let me try to switch tabs to share this article. I was just trying to wait for cuz I could have swore this one article that I have here had their pictures. Yeah, okay, it does. Okay, so let me do share this tab instead. So I hopefully y'all can see at that top corner that couple that's in the picture. So it ended up being the two brothers and one of the brothers' girlfriends that Willie Chill Jones decided to hang out with for the July 4th holiday in 2020. And it was those two brothers plus their girlfriend that ended up trying to rob him. That's essentially what happened. They knew that he had money on him because he was out there grinding, making money. He had a young son that he was taking care of at that time. And so he was out there making money. And I honestly, I believe now in hindsight, thinking back on this story, that's probably why I was telling Lemon what I would tell him about sharing his money, because everybody says that this would have not happened to Chill if he didn't share how much he made and stuff like that. Because essentially these two white boys, these brothers, were envious. They knew that Chill was making money out there. And because they were envious of what he had, they tried to rob him. So they lured him, and this is a picture of the couple. They lured him out to spend the 4th of July holiday with them in 2020. And so he went out thinking he was spending the holiday with, his buddies from high school, and he never came back home, y'all. And it took a long time for that investigation. Let me see if there was another picture. Okay, so we got Chill's picture here, and then we got this is Dustin and his girlfriend. I can't think of the girl's name. Like I said, the two brothers ended up getting sentenced. But I think this girl, I think she got locked up, but I can't remember what her sentence was. I think they ended up getting her as like an accessory. But yeah, so there is that story. And now, with me showing y'all that, we can go ahead and go to this story here. So, update, family identifies body found on Horn Island as 18-year-old Nolan Wells, Jackson County, Mississippi. A body was found in the water on the northwest end of Horn Island on Monday morning, according to Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter. Officials said the body, which is believed to be that of 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells, was found around 8:45 a.m. by a park ranger. Jackson County Coroner Bruce Lynn said DNA testing will officially confirm the identity, but Lynn said there is no reason to believe it is not him. The sheriff also said that the body found did match the description of Wells, and the family shared posts on social media confirming their loss. Jackson late Saturday night after he went to the island with his friends on a small boat for Independence Day. Officials said the team was last seen on Saturday, July 4th, around 3 p.m. on Horn Island. The search for Wells involved multiple agencies, including the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, the Department of Marine Resources, the Gulf Islands National Seashore, the U.S. Coast Guard, and the United Cajun Navy. They have a United Cajun Navy. What? Y'all, how country is that? Did y'all know that there was a such thing as let me make that big. The United Cajun Navy. Child, the more you know. The more you know. But yes, this is a very sad story. With this young man, he was 18 at the time of his disappearance. But yeah, in reference to Chill's story, Chill was 28 when he was disappeared, and they end up finding him later. Fate said they gave his mother his belongings. And what's good, Room Shaker? Good morning. Good morning to Hammer Time Funk. Fate said, you remember the black lady that went to the pajama party? Yes, the black lady that went to the pajama party with the white women, and she was found the next day on the ground, that saying that she fell off the balcony, but nobody knew about it. Yes, that happened out here, Fates. That happened out here with that lady. What was her name? And I was just looking up her story not too long ago, just double checking. And would you believe that it's still not been anybody charged in that lady's disappearance or murder? That's why it baffles me how people really be talking about they don't see color and they don't see race and all this. But these stories like this happen every single day. And I'm just like, how in the hell do you not see color? You don't see race. You putting your life at risk. As long as you try to live blindly like that, wearing rose tinted glasses like that, oh, you risking your life because you need to always see color in order for you to be able to protect yourself and be more guarded. Good morning, newbie. That's wild to me. I hate when people say that they don't see color. Now let me go ahead and bring this up here. For people that were longtime supporters, and hey to the Simone bot. For the people that are longtime supporters of me, yeah, they most definitely heard me talk about that story. Primarily because it had happened during the pandemic in Mississippi, in my hometown. I talked about it a lot back then, in my broadcast. And I've talked about it on my J Dunn channel, but I would have to go through all of my videos on that channel in order to find it. But yeah, they ended up getting justice for Chill. It's sad though because at the time that Chill was killed in 2020, I think his little boy might have been a year or 2 years old. And now his little boy's in elementary school and he's growing up really nicely. The grandmother is being very hands-on in the situation, and that little boy looking more and more like Chill as he grow up. But the messed up part about it is he'll never get to know his daddy because his daddy trusted his white friends. It bothers me that me saying that it was his white friends, some people would find offense to that or take offense to that. But it's like, no, it was his white friends that did him like that. Because that whole 4th of July day, he had hung out with all of his other friends, his family, relatives, and everything. And it was later that night when he was getting ready to call it a night, is when those two brothers had called him, and I think they had wanted him to ride with them somewhere. I can't remember where they was taking him. But all I remember hearing about the story at the time was that they pulled up at his driveway, and called for him to come out. He came out and got in the back seat of the car with them, and they was driving out wherever they was going. And he never made it where they was going. They ended up killing him in the back seat of the car, trying to rob him. They thought that he had his money on him because he was one of those types of men that didn't really use the banks. He would keep his money stashed away up in the house. And I guess they thought they was about to come up on the lick. And the messed up part about it is, y'all, I think that night that they ended up killing him, I think he might have had $200 on him. They was expecting for him to have more on him, but I guess something had already told him that he didn't need to have all this money on him. And that's why he didn't have that much when they got him. What's good, Dreamy? Good morning. So yeah, I had to touch on that real world stuff. I am gonna follow this Nolan Wells case, but unfortunately it's sad that, he didn't make it home. At some point we gonna learn that we can't be out here trusting everybody like that. Everybody ain't your friend. You better see color. Seeing color might save your life. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next part of here, what I wanted to discuss with y'all. So now that I introduced those two stories with you, I can go ahead and divert into the mess a little bit. So I was involved in a little bit of a mess that happened over at the Souls. And, you know, I have mixed critics about my stance and my perspective, but that's fine because I'm very much aware that everybody's not going to always agree with my stance or my perspective. But essentially, Demon Soul was live. I think this was on Monday. And while she was live on Monday, Demon Soul came live and she was on the live for about 5 hours, just shooting the shit. I guess she was picking up the slack because Pizarro was set down with strikes over there. The girl Kiki showed up at the Miss O's. Um, she came there trying to come up with this hogwash lie about her and Octavius running a play the last time that they were out and about at the spaceship. I didn't believe none of that mess they were saying and wasn't buying any of that. But either way, she showed up at the Miss O's, and so the Miss O let her on the platform. She said that she felt like she owed the Miss O an apology from the last time she had seen the Miss O. I guess they had like a argument back and forth where Kiki was being colorist. Well, as a matter of fact, I remember when that happened because that was when I clicked Pizarro's link and I had turned my camera on to argue with Kiki. Well, so Kiki came making peace with the Miss O over there. And so while the Miss O was, handling everything on the panel, I was down up in the chat. It came to be about talk about Kiki owing money for what she did to Pizarro's panel. Now, even though Demon Soul had already been on that live for 5 hours on that Monday, um, and even though Pizarro had been gone for easily the last 2 or 3 days, I witnessed several people that were supposed to be there supporting Demon Soul in the chat, um, pretty much trying to strong arm Kiki into giving Pizarro an additional $150. Because Kiki said that when she first showed up at Pizarro's that day, she gave Pizarro $150 just because. Then she ended up P-bombing Pizarro, and Pizarro had to throw away that live. So Kiki showed up at Demon Soul to apologize to Demon Soul about her part and whatever, but then to also say that everything that we saw happen was a play. All that stuff was not real. Her and Octavius was lying to us about the fact that she got a new boyfriend that's an African. Her and Octavius was just pulling everybody's legs. But then when it came for a money situation, the people were in the chat trying to get Kiki to send Pizarro another $150. I had a problem with that because y'all, I've watched countless times just in the clouds or not even saying anything. And I see how Pizarro's people act at the Miss The intels come to the Miss O's with a certain expectation and a certain behavior that it's just not reciprocated as it relates to the Miss O. Case in point, ain't no way could the dreamer sit up in Pizarro's chat begging for $150 for the Miss O while Pizarro has been live. Pizarro stay talking about people watching her pocket, counting her money, taking her money, blah, blah, blah. She ain't gonna go for it. And y'all know that. Every now and then she might tell people to drop their link, but her telling people to drop their link don't mean that she giving them anything. It just means she is allowing y'all to drop the link, but that's not all the time. You come up in her chat and actually drop your link without her permission, and she might cuss you out behind it because she don't play that when it come to her money. So the thing that was bothering me with it is why y'all playing that when it come to Demon Soul money. Y'all remember I was one of the first people to call out the fact how Demon Soul spent a lot of time sitting on Pizarro's panel, but Pizarro was not reciprocating that. Pizarro wanted to cuss me out after I brought that to her attention, but it wasn't like I lied on the hoe. Bitch, I ain't lying. It's the truth. Then with this money thing, once I brought that to the forefront, many other people said that they agreed with me um and my stance about it. And V Miss O didn't have too much of an issue with what I was saying either. Only for Pizarro to be live yesterday acting like she got an issue about me looking out for the Miss O. I think sometimes the Miss O and Pizarro share their own type of people, and I believe that those people are always going to look out for Pizarro over the Miss O. Let me say this again. The intels, dream catchers, whatever the shared people, they're gonna always look out for for Pizarro's best interest over the Miss O's. D Miss O could be over there in the Intel land with them and sit on that panel for motherfucking 3 hours, and she won't get not a nary cash out. But then Pizarro been done got so many of them from those people. So then fast forward to the Miss O on her own platform providing the commentary, doing the job that she didn't necessarily have to do to spend her day there. And instead of them thinking, hey, well, let me go ahead and give Demon Soul something for her time, they instead wanted to save their money for Pizarro for when Pizarro get back, and then turned around and tried to convince Kiki to send $150. They wanted to convince Kiki to send $150. Of course, I'm going to call something out. And I was really getting sick of seeing that. Cause one thing I noticed too is how snappy some of those people be when you talk crazy about Pizarro at Demon Souls. They'll correct you and try to chastise you in that chat in a minute if you say something bad about Pizarro over there. And I mean that goes to anybody, subbies, all of this. They will try to get mad about people speaking negatively about Pizarro at the Souls, but meanwhile, the Soul could be on the spaceship and get called all types of black burnt crispies. How in the hell does Pizarro be allowed more protection than the Soul? I mean, the Soul is the channel holder. I think that she should get more protection up in the chat. And she, at the time when she's on her channel, it's her business is in operation. So nobody should be up in her chat trying to collect money to take back to Pizarro's channel when Demon Soul is the one putting in the work. And see, that's the part that I always have to call y'all out on. Where y'all try to give all this credit to Pizarro and Limit because both of them done been gone. And I think the sector has been doing just fine without them. Like I knew that we would. The sector has been having stuff to talk about, whether it's Karen and I said Karen, whether it's Catherine and the preachers and the pastors and the church and this, the that, and the third. We always gonna have something else to talk about, but for whatever reason, y'all hype up these couple of people heads up, making them think that everything happens because of them. What's good, URL? How you doing? What's good, Jasmine MTV? So Dreamy said, done. I was in the Miss O's chat when that happens. The Miss O didn't seem to mind. She didn't say anything, but I agree with you. So now, Dreamy, let me highlight you. I don't want you to get it twisted. You said the Miss O didn't seem to mind. I would say that that's an inaccurate assumption. The Miss O was too busy handling her panel that she wasn't even looking at the chat. So if somebody is too busy conducting the show for the last 5 hours that they not looking at the chat, does that actually mean that they don't mind? Or does that mean that they don't see what's happening? Because even with you saying the Miss O didn't seem to mind, did she say she didn't mind? Or was she just busy handling the show? This is the reason why I said something. Because when you doing the show by yourself, you have to remind yourself to glance at the chat. But specifically, if you got a full blown panel, you ain't got time to be looking at the chat and trying to engage with your panelists. A lot of times you depend on your moderators for those things. Good morning, DG Justin, and thank you for the like. Please like my video, y'all. Thank you. DG Justin was my 39th like on the video in my 39th year. 39th like in my 39th year. Yeah, yeah. What is good to Joyce Goodwin? Good morning. Dreamy said, my thing is people will treat you however you allow them to treat you. And then Room Shaker said they don't like her like that. I know they don't. I know they don't. I know. And that was one thing too, because I heard I guess Ness was trying to tell Pizarro that I don't like Pizarro. Ness was like, J Dunn doesn't like you, girl. Y'all, I had to laugh when I heard Ness say that because I was thinking to myself, well, bitch, what else is new? I told you I don't like most of the motherfuckers on here. That ain't changed. Don't y'all find it weird how I actually have been adamant about the fact that I dislike most of the people on this application? Only for Ness to then turn around and be like, Pizarro J Dub doesn't like you. Bitch, I done told her that. I don't like you either. Like, Ness really be trying to rush and trying to tell people whether I like them or not. Girl, I don't like you. I don't believe that coming on here as a content creator is even about liking people. It's about coming on here and speaking about what you saw in your observation. It's not about no popularity contest. Dreamy said, but when you called it out, she still didn't say anything. I could be wrong. When I called it out, she said she wasn't reading the chat or she wasn't looking at the chat. Yeah, that's what she said. But then Pizarro tried to act like the Miss O had done something wrong because I was speaking. I am gonna speak. I've been told y'all to stop me when I start lying. And that's the reason why y'all can't stop me yet. Because even me pointing that out was the truth. Then people will say that that's pocket watching. It's not pocket watching, it's a level of respect. One thing that I will say about the trifecta 100% is the reason why they are even intertwined as the trifecta is because they always looked out for each other's bottom line. Period. But they don't be looking out for Demon Soul bottom line. They think because she got a an actual husband that's worth a damn that she don't need nothing. But meanwhile, Pizarro got a husband too. Child, the nerve of them. The nerve of them. How in the hell do the Miss O have a husband and y'all assume that she don't need her coins, but y'all act like Pizarro is the biggest charity case there is in the beef sector. Make it make sense. Even yesterday when Pizarro was mentioning it, somebody had left a comment on Pizarro's and said that this person does not do super chats to YouTube cameras and the Miss O because I be at their panel. I guess the lady, I don't know what she expected me to do with that comment, but First off, if you are not super chatting or supporting somebody, because you are only doing it with some type of stipulation involved, then you ain't really a supporter. What you trying to do is, I guess, force them because of your $3 that you could send them. You trying to force them on what they could do with their channel. Get the hell out of here. It burns me up when I see these subbies that won't even click a link or to even keep a show moving forward. But they always want to have all this speculation about who can do what with who and who can support who. I'm gonna keep telling most of y'all to kiss my ass. That's why I know many people don't care for me that much. But I think you stupid if you're gonna tell Demon Soul or YouTube cameras that the reason why you don't cash out them is because I'm on their channel. But meanwhile, I be on everybody else's channel and you still can support them. What? It don't make sense. Dreamy said, I feel bad that Lemon or TMO will never get the same loyalty that they want from them. You know something? I have always wondered why the Misso wanted that type of loyalty from them, but I don't know. Cause like I said, the trifecta, they will make sure that the other one will get a cash out. But Demon Soul could spend hours there. And people just assume because Demon Soul got a husband that's worth a damn that she don't need no support or nothing. I just clocked it. I noticed it. But I do need to move forward with what I was saying. But yeah, that was my stance. The lady Ginger and Wins told me that I was out of line. Then somebody had told me I crashed out. How the fuck I crashed out by telling the truth? No, y'all don't like for people to tell y'all the truth. Y'all like to sit Pizarro up on this motherfucking pedestal over here, and D Miss So is somewhere midway down below over here. And y'all don't like for people to point out the bullshit that y'all do, but I'm gonna point it out because ain't no way Pizarro can be gone for the last 3 days, didn't give no type of content. V Minnesota been there for 5 hours, and y'all still talking about Kiki need to send something to Pizarro because Pizarro got porn bombed. Pizarro keep letting them people up there. Them people that been trying to take down Pizarro's channel since 2024. How the fuck they been trying to take down her channel for the last 2 years and she keep letting them come over there for the last 2 years. And finally she got P-bomb. And now we supposed to feel sympathy and empathy for her. And she need $150 because she was stupid. Because let's call it out. She's very stupid still dealing with them, even right now. The amount of privacy complaints that she was just getting randomly and back to back between Kiki and Octavia, she done had many run-ins with her channel as it relates to them two since they done been a couple. But she always letting her back up there. She always letting them up there because she trying to get money from them. If she gave a damn about her channel and her channel wasn't for sale, she would have been stopped letting them up there if it feels like they trying to get her channel. But she go against her word every single time because she know Kiki might be drunk enough to give her some money. So of course, because you relied on Kiki to be drunk enough to give you some money, that's why you let Kiki up there. And then now because Kiki done pulled the titty out, uh everybody's supposed to be like, oh, Pizarro deserves another 150 because of this. No, Pizarro's the idiot to still been dealing with them after everything that they done already. Pizarro is the idiot that fucked around and found out. It's only a matter of time that you keep letting these two who done been after your channel keep coming up there that they gonna get you for the okie doke. But should she get paid for her stupidity? Because let's really call it out. If Kiki gave Pizarro another 150, that would be Kiki paying Pizarro for her stupidity. You've been stupid enough to keep letting Kiki up over there, and now you want to be rewarded? No, stop being stupid, ho. Stop being stupid. That's all. Then they was talking about, well, what if Kiki would have porn bombed Demon Soul? Well, then that would have been on Demon Soul. But I know one damn thing, they ain't touched Demon Soul channel as far as privacy complaints and none of that hogwash that they keep doing to Pizarro's. Pizarro know damn well that they after her channel, but she like to play with fire anyway because she greedy. If she wasn't a greedy ass bitch, then ain't no way that they would be able to set her up for the okie doke like what they did. But if Kiki had done that to Demon Soul, then Demon Soul would have to reevaluate some stuff. But I know one damn thing, Demon Soul ain't gonna leave herself open like that, like what Pizarro been doing. That's all I'm saying about that. Now, let me move on. So I did get word that Jay Wilson was having his Trump University classes. His Trump University classes on how he was trying to teach people how to become the most elite content creators and YouTube influencers. They said that people didn't show up. That Jay Wilson had set up for the class, but nobody showed up. Cause I went to Jay Wilson's and I listened to his replay. I skimmed through that yesterday, and he said nobody showed up. So I don't know if he gonna reschedule his classes or what. But I think that you gotta be really, how can I put it? You gotta be quite the, you gotta be quite the beginner if you are truly relying on Jay Wilson, AARP card holding Jay Wilson to teach you how to use StreamYard in the computer. I'm not hating on Jay Wilson or knocking his hustle. I just believe that you got to be some type of bad off if you about to pay a senior citizen to teach you how to use technology. That you about to pay a senior citizen to teach you how to do this. Quiet as it's kept, it's been said for years that the reason why Jay Wilson don't ever have commercials running during his broadcast is because he don't know how to put them in there. Notice Jay Wilson only talk about putting his commercials in after the live is over, after the video is over, because Jay Wilson knows how to go in and put the commercials in after he's done with the video. But he doesn't even know how to put the commercials in so that the commercials can be running simultaneously while he is already on the live stream. Yet y'all telling me that he teaching a class over there? He teaching a class over there. Then I heard Jay Wilson said that he don't put the commercials in during his stream because he don't want to make the people that came to his live show to watch the commercials. That's a lie. He ain't putting them in because he don't know how. That's why. Y'all know damn well if Jay Wilson knew how to put the commercials in during his live broadcast, he would have them things running just like everybody else. Jay Wilson was the very first person to overload his content with commercials. Y'all forgot? Y'all forgot he used to rush off his live and be like, "Let me put my commercials in. Let me get my commercials in. Let me put these commercials." Y'all forgot. But now Jay Wilson want us to believe that he is conveniently leaving out some commercials because he want to do it. Because he want to do it to help his viewers and not necessarily the fact that he don't know how to do it. He don't know how to put them in. That's why. Ain't no way Jay Wilson of all people would be leaving money on the flow by not putting in commercials during his live stream if he actually knew how to do it. I say all that to say Jay Wilson is probably the last person to be doing the class. But I don't knock his hustle. I want him to be successful with it. That's why I didn't even, come down upon him. But I just had to chuckle and laugh a little bit. Me going to Jay Wilson for a StreamYard or YouTube type of class is the equivalent of me paying my 85-year-old auntie to show me how to text message. My auntie be texting too. She shocked the hell out of me when she started texting. Now that's all she like to do is text. And she know how to send picture messages and everything. But I would never pay her. I would never pay my auntie to teach me about the text messaging because because she is a beginner. She's new. Good morning to OC. Good morning. And good morning, Shauna member. Shauna said, "Wow, I'm proud of you, JD, because I know you want to say something like, what kind of dumb?" No, I was just watching. I was wishing Jay Wilson well. DG Justice said, teaching people to become an elite content creator, but no one showed up. This man keeps taking public L after public L. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Jay Wilson, but I say if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. So he can definitely try again, y'all. It's not too late for Jay Wilson. It's not too late. Now, I did touch on the Jay Wilson part. So y'all, briefly, I'll go ahead and gloss over Ness and the Billy Goat becoming friends again. I think Ness was initially thinking that everybody was going to be against them rekindling their friendship and that everybody was going to be against, whatever they doing. But I honestly think that in order for people to be against something, they would actually have to care about it. And I truly believe that most people don't care about Ness and the Billy Goat. I think that Ness and the Billy Goat put on this big spectacle about this whole conversation that they were having because they were hoping to break the internet and get 1K up in the chat on either one of their channels. And on either one of their channels, it might have been 300 people there because nobody care about that. Nobody cares about you going back on your word to be friends with the Billy Goat again. Half of the people said that y'all was running a play in the first place when y'all fell out. So the fact that y'all are now rekindling and making amends is just really going in the favor of the people that were saying it was a play initially. So I don't think people that worried. Now I will say though about the doxing of her moderators, that's very interesting. Y'all, I heard the Billy Goat had went live last night, backpedaling and pussy popping, denying the fact that he had revealed personal information of these people that used to support him from the Finesse camp. He said he didn't dox anybody. He didn't share any personal information. He didn't give any information for malicious intent. He didn't do any of that. But it's a lot of people that remember the videos. Now I specifically at that time that they was falling out, I really didn't care about it even then when they was falling out. I mean, of course, I was happy to do my "I told you so" about it, but after my "I told you so," I really didn't have anything else that I cared to say about it. But now the question is, Ness is forgiving him, even though he did all that to our moderators. Y'all, I believe Ness is forgiving him because she is trying to get back comfy cozy with these numbers. Which that was one thing too that was not lost upon to me. Since Ness done been back, y'all, why in the hell has she been on here slaving on this damn YouTube? And it got me to thinking, Ness, are you okay? Are you in debt? What's going on? Cause since she been back, she been doing like 2, 3 lives a day. 3, 4, 5 hours. Just a lot. Very, very quickly, so soon. The quickness that I've seen her backslide into cussing people out and doing all this crazy ass stuff. that she was just telling everybody else they was going to hell for. It's unreal, and that's why I'm like, she must got some debt or something that she trying to catch up on. Lady Nika was saying, that she felt inspired by Ness because Ness been going live all this time. And Lady Nika was thinking that Ness is going live all these times in order for her to fill in for Pizarro and Lemon while they gone. But no, I just think Ness going live all these times because she need to. I think her reconciling with the Billy Goat is because she needed to. Does she need him? No, she don't need him. Does he need her? Yes, absolutely. He needs her for some types of numbers. But Ness is trying to slowly build back up where she once was. She always need people around her. Ness is one of those people that'll seek out her worst enemy just because they dislike somebody that she dislike at the current moment. That's Ness for you. None of her YouTube ships are ever built off anything organic. It's always built off of a shared dislike or a shared disdain or a shared hate of somebody else. I had even started thinking, I was like, well, damn, why in the hell is she trying to get back in good with the Billy Goat all of a sudden? Because it got to be a motive. Probably to be able to allow him to help her, build her numbers back up, get back up in the algorithm. Who knows? But there is always a reason why. Don't think she did it because she missed him so much. That's not why she did that. But I think it's going to take some time for us to see because she got to have a game plan. Got to. Because him, mm-mm. But yeah, she wanted everybody to be upset by it. But I'm just looking at it. I'm just like, oh, okay. That's good. Now let's see where this going to go. But I noticed too that they got so upset with Catherine because everybody was still talking about Catherine and not talking about them. Y'all, they came through doing this whole sit down conversation, reconciliation conversation, because they just knew that the streets was about to start talking. They was about to start packing out numbers and all this, and everybody's talking about Catherine still. But notice everybody is talking about Catherine because Catherine's this situation that we see unfolding with Catherine seems like an organic situation. It seems very real. Don't seem like she running a play or, not intentionally. Not intentionally. Good morning, Lawless. DD Justice said, every time I think about the Billy Goat, I think about how he was smiling in Brianna's face and she thought he liked her. And it was revealed he was at YouTube to see how many strikes her channel her channel had right. He did do that. He did. Dreamy said, did pizza and lemon playing their strikes at the same time? So weird. No, I don't think so. Good morning, E Money member. I don't think they was playing the no strike at the same time. No. Now pizza, I don't even call her pizza. Now Pizarro is though under the impression that the crew had something to do with her page because she said that's why Roman came back. Y'all, it's like she wanna blame that situation on everybody else instead of blaming it on the two big mouth, loud mouth hoes that was on her channel saying all that fuck shit. Have y'all not ever seen where the answer be right there in front of somebody's face, but they'll still look all around that answer to try to find another explanation or another excuse why? No, girl, it was them. Them. Oh, and I'm happy I looked down there and saw Room Shaker because that was one thing too that I wanted to touch on. Because it seems like I don't know why they wanted me to cuss Room Shaker out behind Lovely Love. I don't know why they want me to fight with her for that. I don't know how y'all forgot about the fact that Lovely Love had called the cops on me. And she called the cops on me on the live stream. They entered her household on the live stream and they ended up laughing in her face and left without doing anything to me. I don't see how y'all forgot about that because just because y'all forgot, that don't mean I forgot anything. And there was absolutely no way that I was gonna cuss out no damn room shaker about a situation with Lovely Love when I have only been being cordial with Lovely Love within the last year. Mm-mm. If Lovely Love didn't have the circumstance that she had going on to where we had a conversation, to this day, I would still be against Lovely Love. Because I refused to share a panel with Lovely Love up until about a year ago. I couldn't stand her because of what she did. So I know this feeling of outrage that y'all felt like the nerve of room shaker to start the room where Jay Dunn get her. No, I'm not about to get her because I have my own thought of Lovely Love too. And specifically, I don't know if many of y'all remember, but I wasn't really even doing a panel or on speaking terms with Lovely Love for quite some time. It was only once she came out here and was telling about her being sick, I still avoided her. But then it was one live that Leo ended up doing. And this was when Leo was active on here, but Leo was having her own journey. And I remember Leo being live and Lovely Love had clicked Leo's link. And Lovely Love was basically very, very scared. That was my turning point with Lovely Love. If I had not seen the true humanity within her and how scared she really was with this situation that she been dealing with, I probably would have been feeling the same as Room Shaker that day. So then how can I be like, Room Shaker, you dead ass wrong for putting that woman up in the grave, you dead ass wrong. No, because Love do shit to people that'll make you feel some type of way. But when she clicked Leo's link and she was basically preparing for her own journey with her cancer, and she was just, asking Leo, different questions. Well, well, when you had to do this test, how did you feel? Or how did you feel after you had to do this treatment and that treatment? And Love was basically saying that she was scared. Even so much so, she said that she had not even revealed to her children that she had that diagnosis of cancer. So, where she was so mortified with her own situation that even though she knew black and white what those doctors were telling her, she refused to let her adult children know about it. But with her refusing to let her adult children know about it, she felt comfortable going over there and talking to Leo about it, and they had a really good conversation. It was one of those unique conversations that you don't see all the time in the beef sector, but it was one that was worth having. And y'all know Leo, she kept a small audience for the most part. So if you missed it, you missed a good conversation. But it was only after I engaged with that conversation with them that I started having a change of heart for Lovely Love. So what's good, Ebony? So yeah, I'm not. Then they said Pizarro said that I needed to have cussed out Room Shaker behind Lovely Love or told Room Shaker that she was wrong. I'm not gonna tell Room Shaker that she is wrong because I know the stuff that I say. I think some of y'all get it so twisted and fucked up because you clearly see that me and Room Shaker don't have no issue. Never have had an issue. So why would I manufacture? Cause let's call it out. Why would I manufacture my first ever beef with Room Shaker behind Lovely Love? If I'm gonna find a hill to die up on, it damn sure won't be the hill of Lovely Love. Mm-mm. No, because she is not deserving of all that. But I notice how people just be acting like they be so bewildered that I didn't fight Room Shaker behind Love of Love, but no, that's one person I won't fight behind. Now maybe if Room Shaker had put something out there about Tita, maybe because it was Tita. But people want me to have this huge feeling about Room Shaker and Love of Love. Love of Love is not my friend. She ain't no moderator over here. I don't fuck with her like that up until recently. I don't have no connection to be jumping up in nobody's fight for Love of Love. Whoever is her she moderate for maybe need to be jumping in to tell Room Shaker something. But damn show ain't me. They were saying, well, you should have cussed her out because she buried Love of Love. Room Shaker buried Love of Love. She ain't buried me. Let me say that again. Room Shaker buried Love of Love. Room Shaker didn't bury me. Good morning, Demetrius. Well, she did. She said that about Love Love, but she ain't said it about me though. Like, what the fuck? I'm concerned about me. Ain't y'all concerned about y'all? Well, I'm concerned about me. But good morning, Demetrius. Y'all, so I had to touch on that part with the room shaker because yeah, Pizarro had mentioned it over there. Y'all, let me see what my likes look like in my video so I could go ahead and get to the paperwork nitty gritty. I got the paperwork ready, but I wanted to go ahead and take my time with y'all. Plus, I wanted to just see how y'all was gonna behave as it relates to engagement of my video. Let's look and see what y'all did. Let's go on ahead and take a look in the gander to see what y'all did. Cause I do. I have the court paperwork here. Let's see. Okay. So y'all gave me what 62 likes? Now I know y'all could do better than that. Not not if I'm about to be reading off some stuff. I know y'all could do better than that. Mm-mm-mm. Dreamy said when Room Shaker stood 10 toes down on it, I fell. Oh, 10 toes down on it, I fell out. Girl, Room Shaker wasn't going, but I know that feeling. It's some of y'all well, I wouldn't say y'all faves, but it's a handful of people that I loathe and despise in that way as well. I wouldn't give a good goddamn what in the hell happened to them. And that's just truth. So I can't jump on the next person. Now let's go ahead and get Dreamy said Lemon did all that fake crime, but he has said terrible things about her. They all have said crazy things about Love of Love. And hell, even when Love of Love called the cops on me, y'all, it's so funny too. Cause she called the cops on me because she said I doxed her and her kids. Meanwhile, this weekend I actually had to dox her and her kids because y'all thought she was dead. Ain't it funny that 3 years ago she called the cops on me for doxing, for knowing her information 3 years ago. And now 3 years later, y'all think the woman is dead. And the information that I knew back then came in handy for me to tell y'all something so y'all will stop crying on here. It's just how it's crazy how everything come right back around full circle. Okay, so here now let's go ahead and go here. So I'm just gonna show this right here because let's share this tab. Get my likes up, y'all. We need about 10 more likes. Well, actually, we need more than 10 more likes. We need a few more likes. But I'm gonna put this right here, y'all, because I don't know why they was asking me did I have the receipts. Why on earth do people insist on asking me if I have the receipts? Like I don't have the receipts. Like I gotta come out here and lie about something. So, and y'all can see here, I just want to make this big. These are all documents right here. I'm making it big now. From the 6th of July. These are new documents. Brand new. Brand spanking new documents that were uploaded here. These were the documents that I took a gander at. And this is how I had the information that I had. But you notice it was a whole bunch of trolls over there at Envis trying to say I was lying. And what I refuse to do is go back and forth. Now I'm in the chat telling Envy and R and Y what the deal is. And R and Y is like, well, Crafty said that's a lie. Who the fuck is a Crafty? Who the fuck is a Crafty? Why is you telling me that Crafty said it was a lie? I don't give a fuck what Crafty said it was. I'm sitting here looking at the papers. Ain't that what I kept saying? I kept saying I'm sitting right here looking at the papers. I ain't got a long limit. Be cool said, so J Dunn, why do you have a change of heart about love of love? Oh, I spoke about it because I heard her having a heart to heart conversation at Leo's. Her and Leo had this conversation, had to been about a year or so ago. It was probably like one of the last lives that Leo did. But her and Love of Love had came to Leo's channel and was, they were talking candidly about Lovely Love's honest fears. Like Lovely Love was scared about her diagnosis and she was scared about what she was going to do next. And she came over there to ask Leo for advice. And so it was me listening to them have that conversation is what gave me a change of heart for Be Cool. And what's good, Dre Day? Good morning, Miss B member. But yeah, so this is the new documents that I was talking about from yesterday. So I don't have to lie about a fuck thing. And all of this is minute orders that I was looking at. I don't have to lie. It's crazy to me how Lemon been the main one that's been lying to y'all from day one about this, but then people gonna actually question me and tell me I'm lying. What I gotta lie for? What do I have to lie for about him? But anyway, now that I have this, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the first document here. Just so that y'all can see that I clicked on the document. Now let me go ahead and bring this up here. Well, Miss B, let me tell you, I didn't forget what Lovely Love tried to do. I didn't forget by far. But it did allow me to be cordial with her and still and share a link with her. Because before I overheard that conversation, I refused to be on a panel with Lovely Love. I refused to. But Lovely Love is one of the only people that done called the cops on me that you've ever seen me on the panel with. And it took me a long time. Yeah, I stand by my guns. Anybody that called the cops on me or was trying to hem me up when I was on probation, fuck you. And fuck you with a stick dick. I mean it. I mean it. Anybody that tried to play with my freedom 3 years ago, fuck you. And Lovely Love happened to be in that number. But she is the only one that now I'm cordial with because in hindsight, what I thought about when I heard that conversation with her and Leo is like, first off, if Lovely Love was in her last days, this is just my thoughts at that time. I was like, if these are her last days or her last times, and she just trying to relax and take her mind off stuff and just be on the panels, then I need to let bygones be bygones. That was my thought. Because at that time, Lovely Love didn't know how much longer she had here or whatever. Her conversation was very grim at that time. So in my thought, I'm like, well, this woman might not even be here next year. That's what I was thinking. So I'm like, okay, well, I could be cordial with this lady. She already going through enough. But me being cordial don't mean that I forgot. I never forgot what she did. But okay, so now that I just opened up this one document here, I'm looking here. Now I will not share my screen with this document on it because it got government information. I ain't got time for people to be saying I'm doxxed and blah blah. But this document says, this one that I opened, it says defendant enters plea of no contest. NC, no contest. On this paper, it also has jail 10 days. And then it has a box that checked that says information probation granted. Seek order. And actually, let me make this big. Because let me see how big I can make this without it being any type of doxing information here. Oh, here we go. Okay, look at me. Come through, Chromebook. Come through, Chromebook. Right here. Let me go ahead and share this tab. I just had to make sure that it wasn't no identifying information. And I blew up this document just so that it ain't no docs or nothing. Have y'all been liking the video? Please get the likes up on the video before I show this document. I'm going to give y'all a few moments. Okay. So it looks like the video, the likes didn't move. Let me look one more time. No, the likes didn't move. Well, I have the receipt ready to show, but the people look like they're being ungrateful. Let me make sure. Okay, I saw the likes move up a little bit. So let me go ahead and show. This is how I know it was 10 days in jail. So anybody that told me that I was lying about a fuck thing, you could kiss my motherfucking ass. Now again, RY, you can't be believing no person named Crafty. Stop believing no troll. If I came up in here and I told you because I know. And as y'all can see, it says the plea is ENC, no contest. It says jail 10 days. A 1 and a 0. That's 10 days right there. And it says information probation granted. See the order. Y'all don't see this? Y'all don't see it? And this is for the hit and run, which is a misdemeanor. A misdemeanor. This ain't no traffic court. This is actual criminal court for the misdemeanor. Now, for the people, good morning, Sonya. For the people that was like, oh, she lied. He said she lied. He said it, bitch, please, and shut the hell up. Well, where's the receipts? We only do receipts. Bitch, I have the receipts. What you mean? The only person that I felt need to lie to y'all about this mess is Lemon. And he really needs to stop. Now, there is more to the document, but that's the main thing that I know that y'all needed to see. Because again, I am not trying to dox anybody. Definitely not trying to do that. Let me go right here. Is this I'm trying to see if this is okay for me to show. Okay, yeah, this blown up. This is another portion of the document here. This is the bottom of the page. See plea and informal probation order. Restitution order filed. Court converts 10 days to 60 hours of community service. I ain't got to lie. I ain't got to lie, Craig. I ain't got to lie. Bitch, I ain't got to lie. Like my video, thank you. I come with the receipt. And I know, I think I heard Pizarro said that I got this from Dimples. I ain't get this from motherfucking Dimples. From the day that I looked for, I knew that he had court coming up. I made sure to check this site because I knew that they would eventually update it. And again, you know, it would be a different story, I believe, if it wasn't for the fact that this man didn't just lie to y'all and just lead y'all all up and through there with lie after lie after lie after lie. Then had the nerve to cuss me out because he said I lied on him. Then his people cussing me out and hating on me because they said that I lied on him. I ain't lied up on this man. I ain't lied up on this man. And there are about four more other documents too that's here. Let me see about this one. And this is the reason why whenever when y'all was asking, hold on, I'm trying to make that big. There we go. When y'all were also asking about the probation, there is a whole form right here telling about the general conditions of the probation. It's all right there. And again, the reason why I have to zoom in because I don't want any identifiable information on my screen about anybody. But the documents is right here. Stop being lazy and just go read. Reading is fundamental. And again, for anybody that keep trying to tell me that I lied and then believe the troll, I'll be glad when y'all let these trolls know that they been lied to. I ain't gotta lie. They the ones that done been lied to. But this whole condition sheet is here. And you can scroll through and read all through the condition sheet, but it's not my place to scroll through and read through it with y'all. I'm just letting y'all see that it's there and that I don't have to lie. Mm-mm. Sure don't. Sure don't. Specifically, though, let me see which page that was. Is it this page? Let's see. Because I think it's one other part that I probably have to let me scroll down. Where is it? I'm trying to find that one page that I was looking at that actually showed me because it's so many different documents, but I want to. Oh, here, this document right here. All right. Trying to make sure I don't have. Okay. So it ain't no identifiable information on this one either. Let me go ahead and share this one. And this one right here. This is how come I told y'all that it's for 1 year. Who got a lie? Right, I'm asking them to do something that they can't do. Breathe. What's good, Trina from New York? How you doing? This right here shows that the due date for this probation is June 29th, 2027. Who got the lie again? It's a year of informal probation. Now, if you would like to go and look into the informal probation or what state, if this, that, and the third, you're more than welcome to do it. But what you ain't gonna do is call moi, a liar. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing it. Now, so there's that. So I presented y'all with those particular documents. I guess what I can do is, because y'all ain't liking my video. I could keep going forward with y'all, but this video ain't even got 100 likes, and it's not worth it. I was listening to Lady Nika and them over there at Pizarro's, and that's what Lady Nika and Pizarro was saying. How y'all make YouTube cameras have to ask for the likes, then y'all make me have to ask for the likes, and I'm actually here. And I done gave you the receipts. Can't nobody say that I lied about a fuck thing. If y'all want to continue to let somebody lie to y'all, then that's on y'all. I don't know much more that I can tell you. If you enjoy being lied to, then you enjoy being lied to. But it is what it is. Now, again, y'all were lied to about the fact that there was no court back in December. That was a lie. Y'all were lied to about there was no court in March. That was a lie. In March, it said that he got community service. Wasn't no community service because it got continued until June. Then once June was coming, it was traffic court, traffic court, traffic court. No, and I said no. That's a criminal case. That's a misdemeanor. That's a criminal case. He lied to y'all, said that it was traffic court. Well, guess what? It wasn't. But as if y'all love somebody to lie to y'all, then I love it too. If y'all love somebody to lie to y'all, then I love it for you. Good morning, Dory. I love it for you because I be the one out here telling y'all the truth and y'all cuss me out. Y'all cuss me out and then be lied to. But the one thing I do know is lemon, lemon. I know what it's like to have probation. Too bad I don't fuck with you no more. I don't fuck with you no more. Otherwise, I would have tried to help you through. I think it's funny how Lemon would bring up my probation as a read or a drag, and he used to mess with VS about VS getting locked up. And meanwhile, this fool, everything that he pointed the fingers at, his drunk ass ended up getting. What's good, Let It Flow? His drunk ass, yeah, Tracy. Tracy, red ball back, maybe red ball about 10 minutes back. Maybe a good 10 minutes, I'm thinking, Tracy. A good 10 to 20 minutes back, if you red ball, you will see I'm addressing it right now. But yeah, it was like they clown VS because I think they were saying VS was only in jail for like 3 days or 6 days or something. But that paper say 10 days for him. Um, but it looked like it got converted to the 60 hours of community service. And that's what I was telling y'all is that it got converted to the 60 hours of community service, but there is still that informal probation. Again, I'm not too well versed on informal probation, so I'm not sure what that means. I do know though, even whenever I had my own probation, because I didn't live in the state that I had the probation for, I didn't have to show up or do nothing. All I had to do was allow the probation officer to text or call me. That's it. It was the craziest thing though, because that was the most hands off situation ever. Because I mean, they really couldn't expect me to be going back and forth to Florida for that. No, I can't go back to Florida. No. So I ended up, you know, the man would just call me every now and then, and we had to schedule to talk at least once a month. And when I tell you the conversation might have been 2 minutes, could have been 5 minutes, but it wasn't long. Scott said after he completes his community service and pays his court fees, he can file a petition for early discharge from probation. He has to complete at least half of the term, though, which is December 4th. Okay, thank you, Scott. Well, I was wondering that too about if he could petition to get early. Because don't you only get early if it's a victimless crime? But if he did a hit and run and hit somebody's vehicle, then wouldn't that mean that you have a victim? I don't know. I don't know how that work. I have to look into it myself. And hey, Tracy member, because I was thinking normally in a victimless crime, you can typically get off early, I thought. But in a hit and run, would that be considered a victimless crime? I mean, because he didn't hit a person, he hit somebody's vehicle. So is that a victimless crime or would that still be considered a crime that has a victim? That's the question. Because you could technically say he didn't harm a person, but oh, hey Trish. No, I didn't drag any kids. What are you talking about? What on earth are you talking about? I didn't drag any kids today, Trish. Miss B said the hit and run resulted in no injuries. Okay, so then I'm guessing that would be considered victimless then. What Yolanda said, oh, please, he ain't smart enough to get off early. He couldn't even tell the truth about the whole situation, knowing people docs. Scott said it's considered victimless because it's property damage. Okay, thank you, Scott. Thank you for that. But Yolanda said he couldn't even tell the truth. He couldn't tell the truth. And people got mad at me for holding him accountable for not telling the truth. That man a lie and lie and lie and lie and lie. And that's why when I was overheard, I think it was at Pizarro's last night where they said Lemon put a message to me on his community wall. I didn't give no fuck about no message that he left on his community wall. I didn't care. Um Trish said it was an infraction. No, no, that wasn't an infraction. That was a misdemeanor, Trish. Not now after I just showed y'all the paper saying misdemeanor. Trish gonna come up in here and tell me it was an infraction. I just showed the paper and it said misdemeanor. Child, I can't stand when people come up in here late and then try to correct me. That be the stuff that really irks my nerves. What's good, Malik? Good morning. Miss B said No, he ain't that smart. He can't even do uh a a proper flag. If he would have told the truth, then it wouldn't even have been no need to even catch him up in the lie. Miss B said it right there. You don't do probation for infractions. That was a crime. Had somebody been injured, it would have been a felony. Correct. But Trish is one of his mammies. Trish is one of his mammies that still talk about an infraction. An infraction with property damage, a hit and run. But I think what was his saving grace is he ran because he had been drinking. That's what I believe. And I know that he don't need to be up here drunk or threatening people or none of that. He gonna have to get his mind right and get a hold to his actions. Trish said it was an infraction. Trish, I just had the paper up. Now, Trish, why you gotta do that? I had the paper up. I had it up. Let me do this. Let me see. Where's that thing at? Is this the one that I was looking for? No, I don't think this was it. Let me prove Trish wrong. Trish, you about to pick up your face up off the floor, Trish. Let me go ahead and get Trish to pick her face up off the floor. There we go, right here. Trish, look at your screen and stop being a mammy. The middle column says severity. Count one is the severity is a misdemeanor. Count number two, the severity is an infraction. You see the difference, Trish? Count one, misdemeanor. Count two, infraction. And actually, just in case you can't read, Trish, right here, this word right here, misdemeanor. Down here, infraction. Hit and run, property damage, misdemeanor. Down here, infraction. But you still gonna believe the lies. Why? Because he lied to you. That's why. That's why. Trish, where you at? The paper right here, Trish. Now you got on eye patches. The paper right there. And the receipt don't lie. But yeah, it's sad that he be having everybody just believe whatever. But if you like it, I love it. If you like being lied to, then I love it. But either way, y'all, that's all I got for y'all this morning. I did come and give y'all the receipt so now people could shut the hell up. Don't call me a lie. He jump on here and call me a lie, then y'all know that he lying. Like he been lying since day one. Correct, Miss B. He is on the probation for the misdemeanor, but I've been telling y'all it was a misdemeanor for how long? I've been telling y'all it was a misdemeanor since February. Since February, I've been telling y'all it's not traffic court, it's criminal court. I said it's not traffic court, it's criminal court. He's facing a misdemeanor. Y'all still believed him because he said it was traffic court. You're welcome, Trish. So now you can understand that Lemon lied to you again. He lied to all of y'all. But let me see if I have anything else that I had to cover with y'all today. Oh, so Tulsa did have me up in the news. I guess she tried to call some authorities on me as it relates to Catherine. Tulsa, you so stupid that you're just stupid. Catherine ain't never been up on my channel, or excuse, Catherine ain't never been up on my panel because I ain't never saw for Catherine like that. Catherine was always Jay Wilson, Flunky, and Good Judy. They used to be over here listening to my content and then going and spreading lies about it because she could never get the story right. So I ain't never been a fan of Catherine to have Catherine clicking my link or nothing over here. So I could never exploit the bitch. In order for me to exploit her, I would have to actually have over here entertain her and her fuckery. And I'm one of the main ones that has been refusing to entertain her fuckery and her fuck shit lies. So no, I don't have nothing to do with Catherine. But that nice try, Tulsa. And Tulsa, just because you tried that, I did call around about you. They told me that you finished your probation in May. Because I did call about you. I was about to hand over that video of you trying to seek law enforcement against me when I know damn well I ain't never entertained this hoe. You a bold-faced liar. So I had to call down to Tulsa, Oklahoma and talk to them about you. And they told me that they released you in May. So that explained why you out here running and acting a damn fool because they released you in May. But bitch, just because they released you in May, that don't mean they released you to lie. That don't mean they released you to get out here and lie because I had talked to the man too. And I told him about these lies that you telling. So yeah, Tulsa, just know we all got telephones to make phone calls. We all do. That's how come I could tell you when your probation ended. But also, it seems like people were saying that they sick of Catherine and what Catherine is bringing to the table. I peeked into Catherine's live yesterday and she was talking about GERD and what she eats and how she keep her stomach right. She was talking about the GERD is making her have an upset stomach. And she said that she can't just take Pepto Bismol like everybody else. She said Pepto Bismol just won't do. She said she got to take other things because she be having indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. And she said that Pepto Bismol and the Tums, it won't do. She said she had to change her food, like what the nurse had told her. She said she found one nurse. They gave her some food to eat, and then she been eating that in order to help her stomach. She also said, what else she say? I think she said that she just needed to be working on her book and everything, so that's what she was doing. So yeah, that's what she was doing. Miss B, don't say that you tired of hearing about the same two or three people. Oh, if you talking about in the content, then yeah, I get it. Cause girl, don't tell Catherine that Catherine will bring some new people into her story. Don't ever tell her that you tired of hearing about the same two or three people. She already said she over there emailing Janet Jackson. Child, you tell her that you tired of hearing about the same two or three people, then Catherine gonna be introduce damn Mitt Romney into the story. Why I said Mitt Romney? I mean, she kept introducing all these politicians and stuff over there in the Philadelphia area to be a part of her crazy ass lies. So, which I think that's really sad that Catherine I don't know, it's a lot that's sad about it. When I sit back and I think about the fact that Catherine took joy in calling me a sociopath, but meanwhile her and her mama are really the sociopaths. I'm like, bitch, you done been projecting on me this whole time. Catherine said I was the evil sociopath, but meanwhile, it's actually her and her mama. Her mama, the sociopath, that over there poisoning babies and things of that nature. over there. She said her mama told her that she is too dark skinned, and her mama was supposed to be uh cutting her ends and ended up cutting a chunk out of her hair and gave her low self esteem. And she said her mama hates her, but then she called me the sociopath. Bitch, if your mama hates you, then your mama is the sociopath hoe. Child, she put all that up on her mama. Then ran around here on Monday saying that I called her mama. Motherfucker, you raggedy bitch. I ain't called you damn mammy. I don't need to talk to her on the phone. Shit. If I would call you on the phone, Catherine, I damn sure ain't trying to call you mammy. But I don't think you need to be out here lying on that lady. But both of y'all crazy as hell. Y'all hate each other. Y'all can't stand each other. I'm like, ugh, that's horrible. But then that made me understand even more why Catherine was trying to come at me. I like how she was trying to come against me like that because I'm like, girl, so you jealous. Because me and my mama had the relationship that Catherine wished she could have had with her mama. And even though I only had 19 years with my mama, our relationship was damn sure better than this crazy ass shit that Catherine got going on. But that's probably why the Lord is letting Catherine mama live this long. Y'all know it be the crazy ones that live the longest, the ones that be out there doing the most mistreating people. They live the longest. That's why Catherine mama is almost 100. Catherine mama is about to be the same age as Betty White. And the reason why the Lord is letting her live that long so that she could inflict pain and stuff towards Catherine. They both each other's hell on earth. Imagine having hell on earth because of your mama. But then imagine being a mama and having hell on earth because of your daughter. Bitch, bye. Mm-mm. They got too much going on. I said, Catherine, I said, it seemed like your mama ain't gonna never die. I said, because they be the ones that be hateful like that live the longest. She ain't gonna die. Catherine said that her mama told her that she hoped that she had passed away for her surgery, her fibroid surgery, because her mama said she got a $30,000 life insurance policy that she that she waiting to get about Catherine. About Catherine. Be like, what? So your mama say you only worth $30,000? Well, I mean, Catherine, why Catherine mama over there treating Catherine how Clive Davis was treating Whitney Houston? Bitch, you better to me dead than alive. You better off dead than alive. And like how Clive Davis was ready to get Whitney, Catherine mama over there waiting, ready to get her ass. Catherine, Catherine said that her mama got the damn $30,000 life insurance that she trying to get. She trying to get her payment, y'all. But I mean, do you blame that woman? That woman been taking care of Catherine ass for the last 51 years. Imagine having Catherine as your baby and you had to buy her diapers for her when she was a baby. And now and now she 51 years old, still living with you, and you still gotta buy her diapers. Uh-uh. Bitch, I was buying your diapers when you were under 1 years old. I don't need to be buying your diapers for you when you 51 and I still gotta be over here buying your diapers. Bitch, no, bitch, bye. That poor lady. Y'all have to know Catherine just went and had a whole fibroid surgery. Y'all know that old lady had to buy Catherine some diapers over there. Oh my God. Oh, hey, Rhonda. Good morning, Rhonda. Girl, that's all I could think about, girl. You know, if you got to go through the fibroid surgery, Catherine done been over there going through some diapers and some everything else. That woman is tired of sharing her diapers with Catherine. That woman said, "Look, you gotta go. If I could get $30,000 off of you, let me get something." Because this woman says she been taking care of Catherine her entire life. Girl, I'd be mad too. I really would be. Yeah, she buy hers and cat piss diapers. Yeah, she gotta buy diapers for them both. Which I said. That woman should want to be able to have her diapers in peace. Oh girl, I'm talking about Catherine. I was talking about Catherine. Mama was having to buy her some diapers, I'm sure. Cause she just had to have that fibroid surgery. Catherine got a lot going on and that lady just been taking care of her. But they both sociopaths. So Trish said I should live a long time. Trish, I'm not evil. I'm not evil. I don't. And then Trish said, "I'm going to hell just for being in this chat." Girl, I don't know why that just came to my mind, but it's because Catherine was talking crazy. That's why. But Miss B, yeah, the diaper sharing. I mean, what else they gonna do? Which I need to look into Catherine foolishness, but I had stopped. I do know that Glitter Boots was over there on his community wall doxing Catherine where Catherine is. Y'all, that nursing home, rehab, or whatever that Catherine been in. Glitter Boots was all up on the community wall last night doxing it. And he came on Envy's last night and he said that he placed a phone call to them people to let them know that Catherine been going live in their facility. And the people at that nursing home rehab that Catherine is in, they got upset because they said Catherine should not be streaming on social media while she is in there. They said that if she continues to stream and be on social media while she is in that rehabilitation center like that, they're gonna have to put her out because they have a problem with it. Because I guess it could be a a violation of confidentiality that she is streaming while she is up in there. Which that would only make sense that Catherine would be up in there breaking the rules. Good morning. Good morning, Kimberly Black. Miss B said they going half on the pins. Yes. Yeah, he done told on Catherine. No, I didn't see the 2300 one. I was hearing people talk about 2300, but no, I ain't seen it. I mean, I don't subscribe to Glitter Boots unless somebody tell me to go over there. And a lot of the times, y'all, when I go over there, he done already moved something to his membership. He think he's slick. He really think he's slick. Y'all, then they was talking about Glitter Boots had posted a picture of his child over there. They said Glitter Boots had a son. At first, I was like, "What? Glitter Boots had a son before?" Then I heard Ned saying that the black sector said that that's not Glitter Boots' son in the picture. Then when I went to LSA said that son up in Glitter Boots' picture looked like me. I could have cussed LSA out when I read that, bitch. But then I was like, I wonder if that's why Glitter Boots be mad at me all the time because I remind him of his son. Like, bitch, is that the reason why you was talking that crazy shit? Because I remind you of your son, bitch. Hell, I remind him of his son and his daughter. Cause they say the daughter used to be gay. The daughter used to be gay. So I remind him of both of them. But I still don't like Glitter Boots. But Ned said that Glitter Boots lied about having a child. So I don't know what the truth is, y'all. I don't know. I have no clue. Y'all liking my video? I hope y'all being nice and liking my video up in here. That's the least y'all could do. But yeah, I'm rounding about to Oh, well, I don't think she gay no well, I don't know. I don't know. Just Lovely, because I've been hearing that she ain't gay no more, but they say that she's still gay. She just had a child, which I think is fucked up. If you just out here having a child just so that your parents will stop saying that you gay, that's the wrong reason. That's the wrong reason to have a child, don't you think? Because your parents running around telling everybody at the family reunion that you gay, then that's whenever you like, well, let me go ahead and have a baby so he could shut the hell up. Let me go ahead and have a baby so that now he got a grandchild and he could shut the hell up talking about me being gay. So Trish said he only has one child, his daughter. Yeah, that's what the black sector people were saying that the black sector people messaged Ness and was saying that. Ness need to worry about her own son. Girl, Miss B, I don't know why these people act like you done told Ness wrong whenever you bring up her situation. But hell, she stays sitting over there bringing up everybody else's situation, but you can't bring hers up. You know how I go. You know how I go. Oh, so Trish says she don't know who that boy belonged to. Yeah, I think the more fucked up part about it is the fact that LSA was saying that boy looked like me. Bitch, I looked at the little boy. I ain't trying to drag him, but I'm just like the boy is not as handsome as me. Like he could never. I probably shouldn't even say that because he done passed away. But LSA, that little boy is not as handsome as me. That boy ain't got nothing on me. Hold on, let me go get my picture. Let me go get my picture real quick so I could tell LSA. LSA, that boy ain't got nothing on me. That little boy ain't handsome like me. Glitter Boots could never have a child to be handsome like me. So y'all could cut that out. Y'all could cut it out. What's good? Noble's Rooster. Hey Yvonne, a member. So isn't that bisexual? Yeah, I think the daughter would probably be bisexual, but Glitter Boots like to feel like she ain't gay at all because she had him a grandson. You know Glitter Boots don't believe in those letters in the LGBTQIA. Oh, Miss B, this your favorite picture? Well, I'm glad. Miss B, I used to be out there stunting on them hoes. I was stunting on them hoes. And Glitter Boots' son could never. Glitter Boots' son could never, and his daughter could never. But thank you, Miss B. Let me go ahead and change this back. But yeah, I'm about to get ready to call it a quits with y'all on here anyway because I done been on here for over 2 hours now. Well, right at 2 hours. Oh, Kev? Who is Kev? You talk about Kev on stage? I look like Kev on stage? I don't know who Kev be. But yeah, like my video. If y'all catching a replay, like my video. I'm at my 2 hour mark, so I think I'm gonna call it quits with y'all. But I hope y'all have a very great morning. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Have a fantastic rest of the work week. I'll probably talk to y'all later, but don't let Lemon lie to y'all. Don't let Lemon lie. Don't let the trolls lie. Don't let none of them lie. But I'll talk to y'all later. Let me get my outro music. Bye, y'all.